Yo, what up everyone, and welcome to another video of In the Studio with Mike Williams. Thanks for all the great comments on the previous video. So today I'm gonna show you how to make a pop song in 2021, and that's because I do not only make EDM music, not only dance music, but also pop music. I also write stuff for other people, produce stuff for other people, and that's not only dance music. So I think it's cool to show you guys some different styles. I'm working on this track together with Stef Claessens, which is a Dutch guy. He was on The Voice of Holland. Also, he wrote the track for Mesto and Justin Milo, When We're Gone. And together with Curtis Richardson, which is a guy from New York, a really talented guy. He worked with Jennifer Lopez, with Rihanna. So he's a really good songwriter. And yeah, we just decided to write a cool song. And it's more like a poppy song. I don't know what we're gonna do with it yet. Maybe I'll release it on Mike Williams or just for someone else. We'll see. But I just want to show you guys the process so far. So because this track is not released yet, I can't really show you guys the whole track. I'm just going to show you parts and examples. But I'm not going to play the whole track. That's for you guys to figure out how it sounds. To start a track like this, you just need piano or a guitar, which is the most easiest instrument to easiest instrument to come up with chords and melodies. This time I was with Stef in the studio and he had the guitar and I had the piano here. Yeah, we were just jamming and we were looking for something catchy, come up with a cool story, maybe something that you actually experience, and write something about it. But that's another video because that's about songwriting. Now we're just gonna dig into the production. So we started with just some chords on the guitar. Stef played these chords and I was on the piano just jamming as well. So it kind of went like this. Those are just some chords, and we decided to write a verse on it. So after the whole songwriting was done, we got all the takes and we had some guitars and some pianos. So as you can see, here are all the takes. There's a main vocal, there's a harmony, there are some more harmonies for in the chorus. There are some whispers left and right, and some extras, which are ad-libs and extra vocals to just make it a bit bigger. I can show you some previews.
I took time for granted. Look where I'm now. Got lost inside the questions, but I guess I'll figure it out. What brings joy to my life? Instead of living to survive, I'll make it.
So that's how it started, just really basic with the guitar. Chorus sounds like this.
I'll count all my wins and blessings, being the underdog, learn through the loss and lessons, be anything I want.
As you can hear, there's a vocal is already stacked with some harmonies, like this one.
Wins and blessings.
And this one.
Wins and blessings. Wins and blessings. Being the
So first, it's time for vocal production. Now I don't want to get too much into it, but the most important thing is that you make everything really clean, so all the small mistakes or weird sounds in the takes are gone. Grab the best takes that you made with the guy who is singing, or let him make it, because sometimes singers can be picky as well. And make sure to get all the vocals, stack them like I did here with the harmonies and extra vocals here. Make them big, so make a harmony for left and right, and you can add some whispers like I did here. Which is only high frequencies, but it adds a lot of atmosphere to the sound. And one more tip for vocal production is also send out some buses to reverb and delay channels. Like I did here, this is a reverb channel, which you can hear here. Which I use Little Plate for, really nice plugin. Some overdrive, some small sidechain to make it a bit more bouncy. And for example, the delay is just a ping pong delay and also with some equalizing on it. And then I make a automation to send it out. So you can see that the delays on some words are higher than other words. So some words have more delay and other words have less delay. And you can do the same with reverb, just to highlight some words. For example, here.
For granted, look where I'm now, got lost.
So you can hear the where I'm now has a bit more delay and it continues, while the rest still keeps going. And make sure to compress it well. I have multi-pression on it. I have Nectar 3 by Isotope, which is really good. Everything is in there already. And I use their compressor. Their de-esser is really good. And equalizing is also really good. Fresh Air, which is a really nice plugin. You can add a bit of high frequencies to your vocal, so it's a bit more airy, which is an amazing plugin as well. And of course, you can add a tuner to your vocals to make it sound exactly on key. So that's basically vocal production in a nutshell. So a lot of people think that you can only make guitars and pianos and real instruments on a real piano or a real guitar or a real saxophone. Of course, most of the time it sounds the best when you do it for real, but there are so many plugins that make you actually reproduce that sound. Especially in Logic, you have so many really cool plugins. The sampler of Logic also has really good strings, pianos, guitars, basses. So just open up the sample plugin of Logic and check what's in there. Or if you're using Ableton or FL Studio, there are so many samples to find as well. So if you can't play guitar or piano yourself, don't worry, you can find some samples anywhere. In this production, I, for example, have a real guitar, which Steph played, and also a fake guitar, which I made with a sample plugin from Logic. So now we have the full track. All the bits are here. We have the verse, we have the pre-chorus, we have the chorus, we have a second verse as well. So let's build the track, let's add some instruments. And first what I do is add drums. Kick drum, hi-hat, cymbals, all the basic stuff that you need for a good pop production. Okay, so for this track I want to have a clean chorus. Not too many instruments, but I think the main focus should be on the vocal and the drums. So I made some drums here, starting with a kick drum. I think it's a cool rhythm. It's like a kind of like a hip-hop R&B rhythm. Also, I think Justin Bieber does this kind of stuff as well. So that kind of inspired me to make a production like this. Then I add some claps. And a snare drum, as you can hear. Some snaps are in there too. And then I want something to give it a bit more groove, a bit more rhythm. And I found a loop, yeah, which is kind of cool. It reminds me of like the Weeknd vibe. Sounds like this. For me, it felt a bit too messy, so I put an enveloper on it, which only highlights the attack. Here it's a bit more attacky. And a small sidechain. And then together with the drums, it sounds like this.
Found all wins and lessons, being the underdog, learn through the wins and
Oh yeah, and I also added a really cool cashmere fill, which actually sounds like a clap somewhere far in the distance. Oh, it gives like a cool effect. And then at the end, it sounds like this.
found all wins and lessons, being the underdog, learn through the loss and lessons.
So now it's time to add some bass line. So I found a really cool bass line from Avenger, which sounds like this. So what I did is I put an automation on the cutoff and I open it up slowly at the end of the chord when the chord is changing. Put some overdrive on it, some extra R bass to boost the low frequencies, a compression and equalizing. And now it sounds like this. Together with the drums and the vocal.
Found all wins and lessons, being the underdog, learn through the loss and lessons.
As you can see, I used a 1/16 rhythm. So I decided to match the rhythm of the bass line together with the cymbals. So like this. To get a bit more speed in the track.
Anything I want, yeah, wins and
The second part of the chorus, more instruments come in, like for example this piano, which I played during when we made the track.
yeah. Even when I get knocked down, I won't get back up again. Feel you will see me never.
Gives a lot of color to the track. And even more, if I put this plugin, is really cool. It's called Drip. When I turn it on, you can hear the difference. Adds a lot of chorus to it. So yeah, I think it's. So that was a piano that I added. Also, I added a guitar, or at least it sounds like a guitar, just to have a bit more color, which is this one. And it just plays the same notes in the track. So now we have the chords, we have the drums. The only thing we need is some effects. So what I'm normally looking for are reverses, so like whooshes that go up, risers, but also some tonal effects like this, which always gives it a bit more color. Then I have this one as well, cashmere. Which builds into the chorus.
And through the ups and downs, I found the strength to rise above the struggle. It's been a journey, still got a long way to go.
And then it's just a matter of filling up your track with cool effects. If you have that done, it's time to organize your project properly. So make sure that, especially with all the vocals in here, you have some groups. I have one vocal group here. I have my reverb and delay send as a layer here as well. I have my guitars here all together. Some more guitars here in a separate bus. And then I have my chords here, which this group I call chords. Oh, chords. I have my bass line here. I call it bass line, which is all here. And then here is everything else, effects, drums, and everything. So this track is not finished yet. I'm still working on it, but this is like a cool first version. I don't know, you probably couldn't really hear everything in the track, but that's fine because it's not out yet, so I have to keep some secrets in there. I hope you guys could see how I started a pop track. Thank you guys so much. We're gonna go straight towards the questions. So I'm gonna try to answer as many questions as possible in 1 minute. Julie Martinez is asking, how do you know if you finished a track? Well, it's difficult, but sometimes someone else has to say to you like, yo, it's done. Sometimes you have to say it yourself, like, okay, it's done, no more work on it. Olivia Cook is asking, what is your favorite food? My favorite food is Thai food, like curries, sushi and pizza. Victor Roga 10 is asking, how do you find the perfect vocals for your songs? Well, it's difficult. I'm signed with a publisher and they supply me some good vocals from other writers, or I write them myself together with songwriters and singers. Question by KTRGRX. How many hours of sleep do you always have? Normally when I tour, it can be just like 3-4 hours, but now when I'm at home a lot of times, it can be 8 or 9 even. Last question by Maurice Lessing. How loud do you make your tracks in the drop and why? I try to make them as loud as possible without fucking up the track. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I hope you guys liked it, and let me know in the comments. If you actually want to see more videos like this where I make other productions than EDM tracks. Yeah, thank you and see you soon, hopefully. Ciao.